Hi everyone, it's Jane, and this video is going to be about Princess Jeongmyung and Grand Prince Yeongchang, sometimes also called Prince Yeongchang. Before I start this video, I actually have a very important announcement to make. 제가 사실 여러분께 말씀드리고 싶었던 게 이제 제 오랜 목표였던 구독자 1K가 지금 굉장히 다가오고 있는데요. 제가 아는 지인분들, 친구들께서 어머, 하늘 너무 예쁘다. 죄송해요. 1K가 되면은 뭐 어떤 거 하실 건가요? 코멘트로도 많이 남겨주셨던데 제가 많은 생각 끝에 여러분께 여쭤보려고요. 제가 1K가 된다면 어떤 영상, 어떤 콘텐츠를 보고 싶으신지 여기 밑에 댓글을 달아주시면 감사하겠습니다. 영어로는 the announcement I had to make was that having 1,000 subscribers was like a very big goal of mine, and that goal is becoming true a little bit, and I wanted to ask you what you wanted if I hit 1K subscribers, what you would want to see me do. Please leave it in the comments for me. Thank you. And this already took like 2 minutes, so I'm going to start this video right away. Thank you. Alright, so let's start. Princess Jeongmyung and Prince Yeongchang, they aren't like kings and they weren't super famous in history, but they do have very interesting lives that I'd like to share with you. First of all, let's start at the beginning. Princess Jeongmyung was born on the 27th of June, 1603, and she was the older sister of Grand Prince Yeongchang, 영창대군, and Prince Yeongchang was born in 1606. But they both lived really, really tragic lives, and I will tell you why. So basically, if we start with Princess Jeongmyung, she was King Seonjo's 10th daughter and the daughter of Queen Inmo, and she was Hwanghaegun's half-sister. So already that spells trouble, as Prince Hwanghae was known as one of the worst tyrant kings that the Joseon dynasty ever saw. Not good. And it was even worse for Prince Yeongchang, actually, him being the only legitimate son of King Seonjo. And obviously, if you watch my Hwanghae video, you know that the ministers and King Seonjo didn't really like Prince Hwanghae. And obviously, they have his, well, I don't want to say real, but legitimate son here, Prince Yeongchang, so obviously they would want to make him crown prince. But of course, Prince Hwanghae, he didn't want that. And eventually, in the end, Prince Hwanghae did become crown prince and king. And you can guess what happened to little Prince Yeongchang. He was exiled and later killed. He was only 8 years old when he died. Now, why did Prince Hwanghae do this? I think you know the answer, because he was scared that this little boy would take his place as king. But, you know, there's really no right or wrong because we're all human. We get it. He was scared. But killing an 8-year-old boy, I'll leave it up to you. And as for his older sister, Princess Jeongmyung, 정명공주, her fate is very similar to Princess Jeonghae, or sometimes called Princess Yeongchang, as they really did have a lot to do with the little brothers. And if I do ever do a video on Princess Yeongchang, then I'll tell you next time in one of my other videos. So what happened to Princess Jeongmyung after her little brother got killed? At such a young age, well, obviously, she wasn't killed. Thankfully, she and her mother did survive, but they both lost their titles as royals, even though they were later restored when her half-nephew, I believe, King Injo, ascended the throne. And their life, it wasn't easy. But there are so many princesses of the Joseon dynasty that lived similar lives to hers. Through no fault of their own, Princess Jeongmyung and Prince Yeongchang, one of them got killed and one of them lived a life that probably wasn't really worth living. And even though, yes, they were royals, but it just shows how hard. If royals lived a life like this in the Joseon dynasty, then what about the commoners and the slaves? It raises a lot of questions. And going back to the beginning here, something I forgot to mention was Prince Yeongchang's birth name was actually Yi. And a drama that I would probably recommend you to watch if you want to learn more about it is Hwajong, or Splendid Politics, yeah, it's a drama that I would really recommend you to watch if you want to learn more about this topic. Or of course, you can always just search it up on the internet or read some books about it. And with that note, I'm going to finish today's video. Thank you for watching. If you stayed until now, I'll see you in my next video. Bye!